प्रभाकान्त
अस्तु महोदय।
कृपया ध्यानश्लोकं वदतु।
अस्तु महोदय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। अथ ध्यानम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधिताम् भगवतां नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धिनेत्रपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहने कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोऽधीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदे कैवर्तककेशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमला प्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुनविषादयोगः। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय।
धन्यवाद महोदय. Dhanyawad. Welcome all for English sessions of Bhagavad Gita classes. Welcome all. Good evening. So we were doing sixth chapter, and already we have done 40 shlokas, I think. Yeah, 41 shlokas we have done in the last class. We need to start from 42nd shloka today, and quickly we'll revise what we have done last week. So Arjuna asked Krishna for a person who is practicing spirituality, who has achieved some goal in that, who has traveled some distance in that path of spirituality, but suddenly he gets distracted by some worldly affairs. Suddenly he is attracted by some of the worldly things. So, such a person is called as Yoga Bhrashta. He has already practiced spirituality uh, for quite a lot time, but in between he is derailed because of some worldly attractions. Such a person is called as yoga bhrashta. So then Arjuna asks, Kam gatim Krishna sagachati. So what fate he will get? Does he get sin? Because he was a great achiever, but then also he got distracted by the silly worldly affairs. So does he get sin? Or whatever he had earned punya all those days by doing sadhana, so all that get vanished, all get that destroyed. So what fate he will get? And what life he gets next life, next janma, where he will be born? Because all the time in his life says, most of the time he had done good deeds, he has earned punya, but somewhere at some point of time he gets deviated from his path, and after his death what happens to him is the question raised by Arjuna. And Krishna says that nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim gachati. That is, whatever he has achieved, the sadhaka has achieved. So let us say that in the path of his spirituality, he has traveled a distance of around 45% he has achieved, and remaining 55% is there. At that point, he gets distracted, he gets derailed. So 45% achievement he has done, 45% of punya he has earned. So all those days, till getting 45% of punya, he has done good deeds, he has done good work. So that never gets destroyed, so that never gets wasted, says Krishna. Kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim na gachati. So one who has done good deeds, it never gets wasted, and such a person will never get bad fate or durgati, because till he attained that 45%, he was doing well, he was doing good things. So good things never get wasted. And last time we have seen that such a person, so papa punya kritam lokan ushitva shashvati samaha. So such a person, Krishna says that in the next janma he is born in heaven, and he satisfies that desire for which he got derailed. So he satisfies that desire. So he takes few more janmas to satisfy those things, and he realizes that where he derailed, where he got distracted, and how waste it was. He has wasted few more janmas to satisfy that. And then again he is born in a Srimatam Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashtaha Abhijayate, says Krishna. So he is born in a family of the people who have good samskara, well cultured, who are very wise scholars, and also wealthy families. In such a family, this Yoga Brashta is born. And he starts again from that 45%. Again, he need not have to start from 0%. Whatever he has earned, that remains in his account, then he has to start from 45%. And why Srimatam Gehe? It is because he need not have to work hard to earn his livelihood. So that becomes easy for him. He has to work, no doubt, but easily he will get food, shelter, whatever the basic necessary things, they get fulfilled easily, so that he can focus more on his sadhana, said Krishna last time, and we stop there. So for a person who gets derailed and who was attracted by the desires, so for him he has to again take few more janmas to satisfy those things and get realization that where he did mistake, and again he gets life on the earth in some good family, and then he continues his sadhana. But today's shloka, please Mahodaya, please read this 42nd shloka.
अस्तु महोदय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरं लोके जन्म यदीदृशम्।
Yes. So, athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam etat hi durlabhataram loke janma yat idrisham. So, it is or. One is he is born in Swargadi lokas. So, in good lokas, and he'll satisfy all his desires. And then he realizes his mistake and comes back to earth, and then he starts his sadhana. That is one way. And one more athava is or, he is born in the family of great yogis, and for such a birth is very rare to attain in this world, durlabhataram, because this person, atava, that is one more type of yogi, who had his derailment or deviation was very less. So there is no need for him to take few more janmas, go to Swarga and spend so much of time and then come back to the earth. Not like that. Immediately, next life only, he will be born in a good family. It is because the derailment was, the deviation was very less. So his desires were very less. That's why there is no need for him to satisfy those things and come back. So because the desire on its own, gradually it becomes dried up because it's very less. It's like for a burning wood. Suppose no additional woods are supplied, no oil is supplied, then what happens? After some time, the fire is put off. If there is no wood supplied for that, there is no oil supplied for that, then what happens? After some time, it's put off and it dries up. It just burns into ashes. That's all. In the same way, the yogi who has very less desire, so for them, just it dries up gradually, it dries up without harming anybody. So for such a yogi whose deviation was very less, for him there is no need to spend few more janmas in Swarga or any lokas. There is no need. So because the deviation was very less, so immediate next life only he is born in the some good families, those who are rich and those who are well cultured and those who are scholars. In such a family, yogi naam eva kule dhimatam yogi naam eva kule bhavati. So he is born in a family where they are yogis and where they are wise. So in this family, all are learned people. So learned not in the sense of laukika drishti. So in laukika drishti, learned means there may be PhD scholars or doctors, engineers. It is like that. But in the path of spirituality is totally different. In the path of spirituality, who is wise? One who knows who am I, one who knows the purpose of my birth on this earth, one who knows where I should go next. So that person is called as learned person. So uh, the this yoga bhrashta is born in such a family, and it is said that getting a birth here is the result of mahapunya karma, because in the past life he has done so much of achievement. What we have seen, till attains 45% of punya, he has done some achievement. So it is a result of that he has born in a family where the people are well cultured and also wealthy. The family is wealthy. So again, in this family where the it is wealthy, so there they have abundant things to enjoy. There is so much to enjoy. They have money. But what happens? It can be used just to increase their bad habits, just to increase their ahankara. So they can use it. So it is not just getting birth in a wealthy family is not a privilege. It is how we use it. If that richness, if that wealth is used for good things, then that is punya. And if it is used to increase the bad habits, then that gets converted into papa. So the yoga brashta, one who gets a life in such a good family, and again he may go back, that 45% he may just melt and he may go back to 0% if he uses that richness, and if he uses that name and fame, the Veda with, that is, he is born in the kula of yogis, no, one who knows everything. So then he uses that for some wrong causes, then he goes back to zero. He had attained 45%, he goes back to zero. But he has every chance of utilizing that wealth. That is, he need not have to work hard for his livelihood. So he has to work, but he can focus on dhyana. So, birth in such a place where there is wealth and where uh, around us are some uh, learned people in the path of spirituality, and everybody is trying to merge with God in that house. Everybody is trying to become yogis in the path of spirituality, and getting life in such a house, in such a family, is much, much better than going to Swarga. It is said like that. It is getting a birth in a family which is well cultured, where people are sattvikas. So, in such a family, and where there is the environment of spirituality, so taking birth or getting birth in such a family itself is a privilege, and it is much, much better than getting Swarga. It is said like that. Because in that house, everywhere it is surrounded by spirituality. And one who is interested in this Adhyatma Jivana, in this spirituality, if he gets such a kind of environment, very easily his life progresses, and he achieves whatever he wanted to. And this is the biggest boon that God is giving him. Because he is yoga brashta, God is not angry. God will see what he has done. He has traveled that 45% on his path of spirituality. So God takes that, what he has done, good things, he takes that, he counts that, he considers that, and gives him one more chance to achieve from where he had stopped. That's what is the meaning of this shloka. Mahodaya, agre patatu.
अस्तु महोदय। तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगं लभते पौर्वदेहिकं यतते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धौ कुरु नन्दन।
तत्र तं बुद्धि संयोगम लभते पौर्वदेहिकम यते च ततः भूयः संसिद्धौ कुरु नंदना, says Krishna. So, reviving his mental impressions of the past, that is paurvadehikam. So such a seeker, such a yogi, he strives harder than before to attain perfection. So Krishna says, hey Arjuna, so whatever knowledge, whatever sadhana he had done in the Bhagini, you are asking something?
Not now, Bhagini, afterwards.
Okay, okay. Uh, so, what I was telling was, so such a yogi, so when he is born, then whatever he had gained, whatever he has earned, that knowledge in his past life, so he gets that knowledge and he starts from that point. So that is, he need not have to go back to zero. He can start from 45%, he says. And then he tries very hard, he puts his 100% effort to get purnatva, bhuyaha samsiddhim, so complete samsiddhi again he gets. And he makes uh, he puts 100% effort to get that. So what he had missed in the past life, so he makes sure that he'll never do that, he never repeats that. So when this yoga bhrashta, he satisfies all his desires after going to Swarga. And then when he takes birth in the yogi nam kule, that is in a good family, then for him, for such a person, from the beginning adhyatmika pravritti will be there. Because that subtle sukshma knowledge is there, where what he was and where he lost that track in the previous life. So he takes care that he will not do that again. So before deviating, what dedication, what shraddha he had till earning that 45% of punya, so he goes back to that kind of mentality, and he continuously tries to attain the goal, to reach his goal. So when he has that, and without his knowledge, somewhere in his antaranga, that subtle realization is there, that he missed something in his past life, or he did some mistake in his past life. So when that background knowledge is there, he will not repeat that. So he knows that which stopped him from achieving the goal in the past life. So he takes care of that. He sees that he will escape from the deviation this time, and he works harder than the previous life. It's like a student, if he has failed in particular subject in an examination, so next time he has to study only that subject, and what are his weak points. He makes sure that he'll make those points stronger so that he clears his examination. In the same way, the yoga brashta, where he had missed out, where he had done mistake, so when he gets next life in yogi nam kule, in a good family, so then he makes sure that he will not repeat that mistake, and he puts his effort, really he works hard to attain moksha or yoga samsiddhi. महोदय अग्रे पठतु.
अस्तु महोदय। पूर्व पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव ह्रियते ह्यवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते।
यस्, पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेन एव ह्रियते हि अवशः अपि सः जिज्ञासुः अपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते. शब्दब्रह्मः अतिवर्तते इति भवति. So continuing further, so he continues, and then he is carried to the goal and mark for himself, whatever his intention is, wherever he wants to reach, and he rises far above a person well versed in Vedic rites. That is, because Purvabhyasena, already few janmas he has practiced the spirituality. So naturally, he is attracted towards Brahman in this life. And then also, Didnyasuhu api yogasya shabda brahmati vartate. So he rises much more higher level than the person who does the sakama karma, that we'll see the details. Okay, so as the result of the punyas that he has uh, collected by so many past janmas, by the result of that, this yogi is always inclined towards Brahma. Even if the environment around him is not good, this time he will not get derailed. That's why we see sometimes in some houses where the samskara is not so good, it's not so spiritual, but then also we see some yogis are born in such houses. Prahlada is such an example. When he was born in the house of Hiranyakashipu, who was a demon. So it is because of their uh, past life, the punya. It is because of that they take birth, and even if the environment around is not good, but then also they don't get derailed, so directly they will attain their goal. So, and he says that Didnyasuhu is one who is curious to know about the things of spirituality or yoga life, yogic life. So one who has desire to know about yogic life, he is called as Didnyasu. And uh, here Krishna says that he rises much above these Vaidika karmas. So because now his goal is only to attain Brahman. His goal is not to go to Swarga. His goal is not to have a child. So what is this Vedic karma? He's seen that in Vedas there is a portion called as Karma Kanda, where people conduct homas, havanas, yajnas, putra kameshti yaga, and then some yaga to go to heaven, or some yaga to get rain, some yaga to get crops. That is, all these yagas are keeping something in mind, some desire in mind, some result in mind. So they are doing. But this yogi whom we are talking, so he rises much above than all these things. So whatever he wanted to attain, so his goal is only that, that is Brahman. So he rises above all these people, and his goal is now only attaining Brahman. Mahodaya Patatu.
अस्तु महोदय। प्रयत्ना प्रयत्नाद्यतमानस्तु योगी संशुद्धकिल्बिषः अनेकजन्मसंसिद्धः ततो याति परां गतिम्।
धन्यवाद महोदय. प्रयत्नात् यतमानः तु योगी संशुद्ध किल्बिषः अनेक जन्म संसिद्धः ततः याति परां गतिम्. So the yogi who keeps trying, prayatnat yatamanaha, who keeps trying, and yoga samshuddha kilvishaha, and becomes free from imperfection, and aneka janma samsiddhaha, by the cumulative virtues of the past birth, yati param gatim, attains liberation. So one who is continuously trying, one who is kilvisha rahita, one who has purified his atma, and one who has got siddhi from many past lives, so he gets param gatim, says Krishna. So who is yogi? One who is continuously trying, continuous practicing spirituality till he gets siddhi, till he reaches the goal. Such a person is called as yogi. It's not that just he practice for few days and then he stops. No, it's not. So it is on daily basis he has to practice. There is no leave for that. If he shows laziness, then again he's thrown back. He cannot achieve the goal. It's like gym or yoga or pranayama. So all these things we should do daily. Otherwise, we will not get anything, because whatever may be the purpose. So people go to gym for fitness, or someone to become slim, or someone to get health, someone to make their muscles strong. So there are so many reasons why people do exercises and physical activities. So if it is done only one day, 2 day, or 1 week, or 1 month, no, it's of no use. So every day, if I have to be healthy, and I have to do these things every day, and in Adhyatma also it's the same thing. So if I have to get happiness, or if I have to achieve siddhi, then I have to practice spirituality every day. And for this yogi, this spirituality, he finds happiness in that. So he just enjoys that process itself. It's like we see children playing on the roads. So there, they don't mind whether they lose or they win. So they don't play for winning the games, they play just to enjoy. Many times there will be nothing like winning or losing, just they'll be running, just they'll be throwing balls. Why? That is to get happiness. So for yogi, it is like that. Practicing spirituality is to get happiness. No, he doesn't expect anything out of that, but he enjoys that. So that is called as yogi. So then, what is, uh, after all, practicing it? What is it? What he does there? So when he is practicing spirituality, so he gets some uttama samskaras. So some uttama samskaras or good thoughts are generated within him, and when he gets good thoughts or positive thoughts, then what happens? Slowly all the negative thoughts get deleted one after the other, and finally all the negative thoughts get destroyed, and that place is occupied by good thoughts or positive thoughts. So positive thoughts totally replace the negative thoughts, and that is called as chitta shuddhi. So, practicing spirituality means not leaving everything and just doing meditation. It is not like that. Practicing spirituality is everyone doing their prescribed duty, whatever duty they have, doing that without any expectation, and not feeling sad for anything, not attached to anything too much, and na dveshti na kankshati, we have seen. Suppose if we close our eyes and think, and suppose, do I hate anyone? There should not be any name. Am I attached to too much? There should not be any name. So, such a heart where there are no scars, where there are no stains, where there are no remembering the past, the some sad incidents of the past, everything are deleted. So such thing is called as atma shuddhi, and this is what is practicing, and the mind is always fixed in Bhagavan. So there is nothing in the heart is clean, pure, and then mind is fixed in God. That is called as practicing spirituality. So that is when we start practicing spirituality, all the negative thoughts are replaced by positive thoughts, and uh, getting samsiddhi, getting this kind of state of mind, it is not possible to get it only in one janma. It is said it is very rare to get it one janma. Every janma, if we are practicing such kind of spirituality, then our samskaras get multiplied, and then by the result of sadhana of several janmas, the person will get yoga samsiddhi. So one janma is not sufficient to get yoga samsiddhi. It is said like that. So we need to practice it for many janmas. So how it is, we'll know it. And there is a small story to just explain this. So it is said that, uh, so see here, based on the experience of one life, we cannot explain how a person gets samsiddhi. It's very difficult. So for that, there is a story. There was a yogi, Shakta Sadhaka, he was, and he was practicing this. He was doing sadhana, or he was doing meditation. He was Devi Upasaka, and he had prepared everything for Devi Puja, and he was meditating. And on the there came a traveler there in the forest. The yogi was practicing sadhana, and there comes a traveler. But when the traveler was just observing this yogi doing sadhana, suddenly a tiger comes, attacks the yogi, and kills him. The traveler, he was so scared, he immediately climbs a tree nearby and watches what's happening there. The tiger kills the sadhaka, the yogi, and then it goes away. And slowly the traveler comes down from the tree, and he says that everything is ready for Devi Puja, for Upasana. So everything, all the cushion is ready and all the things are ready. So the traveler was so scared also, and he thought that let me also pray Devi, because everything is ready. That sadhaka has kept everything ready. So I will also sit on the seat where that sadhaka was sitting and doing upasana. So I'll sit here and I'll pray Devi, oh God, I should reach my destination. The tiger had come. So he is scared, and he started praying Devi. He started doing upasana. He started doing meditation. So within few minutes of meditation, Devi comes in front of him. Devi was pratyaksha in front of him. And he himself was so surprised, he was not able to believe. And he asked Devi, one who was doing sadhana from so many years, and he was doing puja, he was doing upasana, but tiger came and killed him. And I just now started, I have not done any sadhana, I'm not a sadhaka, I'm not a yogi, just for few minutes I'm doing your upasana, and you came in front of me, what is this? And Devi says that, no, no, you didn't get the darshana of Devi just because you did sadhana of few minutes. In your past life, you had done sufficient sadhana, and only little bit was remaining. So as the result of that, today you finished that little bit sadhana, so it became completed. So you are getting siddhi now. But for us, we think that, oh, he has not done anything, but then also he is so blessed. Yes, he doesn't do anything, but he's so blessed. And another person is a yogi, he's so kind, but then also he's getting only bad things, because we see only on the experience of one life. We don't know what has happened in the past life. So we think like that. But actually, all these sadhanas or getting yoga samsiddhi is based on sadhana of several janmas, it is said. That's why such a aneka janma samsiddhaha, as a result of several lives, such a yogi yati param gatim. He gets the samsiddhi, or he gets the vicinity or sannidhana of Paramatma, says Krishna. ब- अग्रे पठतु महोदय.
अस्तु महोदय। तपस्विभ्योऽधिको योगी ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मिभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् योगी भवार्जुन।
धन्यवाद महोदय. वेरी ब्यूटिफुल श्लोका इट इज. तपस्विभ्यः अधिकः योगी ज्ञानिभ्यः अपि मतः अधिकः कर्मिभ्यः च अधिकः योगी तस्मात् योगी भव अर्जुन, says Krishna here. So he says that yogi is much better than tapasvis, and yogi is much better than jnanis, and yogi is much better than karmis. So you become yogi. Tasmat, therefore, yogi bhava Arjuna, you become yogi. So what is this? One by one, we'll try to understand the meanings. Tapasvis. So we can't say that those who do tapas, all of them are the best. We can't say that, because we know that Ravana, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Kalayamana, all these did tapas. The fierce tapas they have done, the horrible tapas they have done. They have exploited their body and they have done tapas. And what did they ask God when God came in front of them? So what did they ask? Hiranyakashipu asked that I shouldn't be killed by any human being, I shouldn't be killed by any animal. Or Kalemana asked, I shouldn't be killed by any person of this yuga. And they became Loka Kantakas. They became Rakshasas. They were egoistic. They started troubling good people. So can we say that these tapasvis are great? No, no. So what they did, they have just exploited their body and done horrible tapas. So that tapas is not important. So the intention behind the tapas is important. With what intention they have done tapas, that decides whether they are sattvikas or not, whether they are good people or not. So the yogi is much better than tapasvis. In this sense, Krishna is telling yogis are much better than tapasvis, because all the tapasvis may not be good. And then second is yogi jnanibhya api adhikaha mataha. In my opinion, mataha, in my opinion, yogi is much better than jnani, says Krishna. So, all these days, there is a chapter called as Jnana Yoga only. And all these days in Bhagavad Gita, we have seen that Krishna always praising Jnana. Nahi jnanena sadrasham pavitramiha vidyate. He says that nothing is as pure, as superior as Jnana in this world. But here Krishna is telling that yogi is much better than Jnani. So, we'll say, what is it? So, here in this shloka, from this shloka, he is introducing a new term, that is vijnana. Jnana and vijnana, and what is the difference between those two? So jnana means panditya, jnana means knowledge. So a person might have read scriptures and he might have collected so much of knowledge. He may be a treasure of knowledge. He knows what is right, what is wrong, but he has not yet started implementing those things. So then this knowledge will not help him in his life. So he knows everything. He can preach others, he can tell others, but when the difficult time comes, he himself becomes victim of that. He tells others how to escape from the difficult times, but he is not able to do so. So he is jnani, but he is not vijnani. What is vijnani? Vijnani is the one who uses the knowledge he has. Jnani has knowledge, he can give it to others, but sometimes if he doesn't use it for himself, then he's only jnani. He is not vijnani. Vijnani is the one who uses that and then stays happy always. So I can take one simple example for this. Jnana is a person knows different tablets for different ailments, and he keeps that in his purse always. He knows what tablets he should take for headache or body pain or leg pain, knee pain, whatever, stomach pain. So he knows all the name of the medicines and he has kept them in his purse. And if someone needs, he'll give those medicines also, but he never takes it. So he is suffering, he suffers, he knows everything, but then also he suffers. He gives medicine to others, but then also he suffers. So he is jnani. Who is vijnani? So he uses those tablets and he is healthy and happy always. So that is vijnani. So that is the difference between jnani and vijnani. So sometimes, many times we have seen doctors ask patients to go for walks. Walking is best for health, for diabetes or cholesterol, whatever. But doctors very rarely go for walking, because the reason may be anything. They may not have time or no willpower, whatever. So it is like that. So they have knowledge, but they are not practicing. Many times we have seen doctors only smoking and all those things, but they advise their patients not to smoke. So it is like that. So jnani is one who knows everything, but he is not implementing it for himself. So that is the difference between jnana and vijnana. So Krishna says that the jnana yogi or only yogi is much better than jnani also, because yogi is the one who implements that. Yogi is the one who practices that. That's why he is yogi. And if we introspect, ourselves. So we are still 1% of jnana we might have got because of reading Bhagavad Gita, but still far away from Vijnana, because implementation is always very difficult. Still, we get shocked by listening to some bad news. Still, we are attached to so many worldly things. So we have Vamoha, we have attachment, and we have sorrow in life. So what we are doing now is just we have taken a step in the path of spirituality, that is first knowing the things, and then after 18 chapters, if we are able to apply that to ourselves, that is, if we start implementing those things, if we start practicing those things, then we can become vijnanis. Otherwise, just it is jnana, it is not vijnana. So Vijnana in normal sense in the Laukika Prapancha is totally different. All of you may be knowing Vijnana is science and Vijnani is scientist, and that science and that scientist are totally different from the Vijnana in the spiritual path. Mahodaya, agre patatu. Sorry, wait. So then karmibhyaha. So again, yogi is much better than karmis also. So in this world, we have seen so many karmis, prachanda karmis. They do so much of work. We have seen there is no committee without him. He participates in everything. So he is CEO of some company. He is chairman of some company. He is treasurer of some company, or he is a secretary for some other organization. So he is engaged in so many things. He has that rajoguna. He is a hard worker. He serves society, no doubt. But he uses this karma for something else, that is getting name out of that, getting fame out of that, or the power or the position. So he is using all this power to get name and fame. So then what happens? So that is not counted for the siddhi. So he is doing just for name and fame. He is using that for the name and fame of this laukika prapancha. He is not using that for spirituality at all. So here, when someone is doing karma, again Krishna says that you should see the intention behind the karma, for what purpose he is doing, just to get name and fame, or for his spirituality journey. What the tapas also, the we should see the intention behind that, and then jnana also we should see the intention behind that, karma also we should see the intention behind that. Intention is very important when someone performs some duty. And uh, that's why Krishna says that yogi is the best. And Krishna always advises Arjuna to choose or to become the best. The best is yogi, because yogi is like a magnetic needle. Magnetic needle, it always is, even shows the north direction. The needle tip, it always shows the north direction. In the same way, yogi is always fixed in the direction of God, and he never asks anything from God. Why he runs towards God? It is his dharma, it is his nature. He cannot move away from that. Why river always goes to the ocean? So because it loves ocean, day and night it just runs to join ocean. It just avoids all the obstacles. Sometimes it crosses the mountain, sometimes it goes sidewards to the mountain, but somehow it joins the uh, ocean, and then only it feels happy, and it doesn't need anything. And in the same way, yogi, he wants to run and join Bhagwan, nothing else. He doesn't ask anything from Bhagwan for his achievement. He doesn't ask anything, but just he wants to join Bhagavan. He wants the Sannidhana of Bhagavan. So the yogi runs. That is the quality of yogi. That's why Krishna says, Yogi Bhava Arjuna, you become yogi. Says the best is yogi, so you should become that. Ask Arjuna, tells Krishna to Arjuna. Um, one more shloka is remaining. Let us finish that. Patatu Mahodaya.
अस्तु महोदय। योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः।
धन्यवाद महोदय. Yoginam api sarvesham मद्गतेनाम अंतरात्मना श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम सह मे युक्ततमो मतः, says Krishna. So, and of all the yogis, yoginam sarvesham, he whose self is merged in me, so madgatena antaratmana, and then who is devoted to me with Shraddha is near and dear to me. I hold him superior to all, says Krishna. So he says that one who merges his mind within me. What's the meaning of that? Merging the mind within in Bhagavan. What is that? Immersing the mind in Bhagavan. Suppose if you take if we take piece of cloth and immerse it in water, then what it does, it absorbs water from each and every hole of that cloth, every corner, every piece, every bit of it absorbs water. And in the same way, the yogi, he absorbs Bhagavanta from all the parts. And if we squeeze that cloth, what happens? From every corner, from every part of it, water drips. In the same way, from Bhagavanta, everywhere, from yogi, everywhere, it's only Bhagavanta, nothing else. Like if you immerse a tumbler in a bucket, inside the tumbler also there is water, outside the tumbler also there is water. So for yogi, everywhere there is Bhagavan, nothing else. And yogi praise Bhagavan with Shraddha, and praying Bhagavan with Shraddha or meditating Bhagavan with Shraddha is not a mechanical routine for yogi. It's not like that. He does it out of enthusiasm. He does it happily. It's like a game for him because he has the faith that that is the only reality, that is the only truth. In this world, the truth is Bhagavan, nothing else. If there is no God, then he thinks that this huge world or all these jiva rashis, everything become meaningless. There will be vacuum everywhere. And suppose that vacuum should be filled with some lively things, then that it is possible only by God, only by believing God, only by having Shraddha in God, we can make this world lively. Otherwise, everything becomes meaningless and everything becomes vacuum. So, this faith is there in yogi. So, when such a feeling is there in yogi, such a yogi is far better than the tapasvi who is doing tapas, keeping something in mind, sakama, and then jnani who is who has knowledge but who has not implemented it, and karmi who is doing it, uh, keeping again sakama, that is keeping some expectation in his mind. So all compared to all these people, yogi is the best because yogi is working without any expectation. Yogi is the person who has implemented everything, who has become sthita prajna in life. So such a person is the best, and you also become yogi. You become the best always, is the wishes of Krishna for his cousin and for his best friend Arjuna. So here we are finishing this chapter, and then next week we'll be starting seventh chapter. Or before that, I would like to revise quickly what we have done in sixth chapter, and then if time permits, I'll go to seventh. So dhanyavad.
Shanti mantra bagini. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Bhagini, now Sukanya Bhagini is not there, I suppose. I will